Hello everyone, my name's Chris MacDonald. I'm the Head of Research at Pancreatic Cancer UK, and today I have the pleasure to be joined by John Marshall from Bart's Cancer Institute at Queen Mary University London. John is a Professor of Tumour Biology at Bart's and leads various groups, centres, theme lead in the area of tumour biology. John has worked, dare I say, for decades in the field and is is rightly considered one of the world leading experts in this area of research. So it's fantastic for PC UK that he is at the helm of Pancreatic Cancer UK's Grand Challenge Award. So welcome, John, and thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Chris.
So the Grand Challenge Award, some people will be aware of it, some people won't be. So the Grand Challenge Award is very much focused on immunotherapy. Immunotherapy is one of those hot topics recently. It's in the news, it's on documentaries even.
Indeed.
Yourself have spoken on news articles about it. I just wondered if, as a starter for 10, you could explain what immunotherapy is.
Of course. So immunotherapy is when you use parts of the immune system to actually deliver therapy to treat diseases. And the Grand Challenge Award has allowed us to investigate using some of the lymphocytes that circulate around our body and help to keep us safe and fight off infections from viruses, to actually engineer them so that they will fight cancer. Now, in fact, you may know or you may not know, in fact, all our bodies, the lymphocytes do try to fight off cancer when it arises in our bodies, but gradually as the tumor develops, it develops tricks and methods to escape the attack of the lymphocytes. And this is something the pancreas is a real master at. It has many tricks up its sleeve, which makes it very difficult to actually fight the host to actually fight it off. So one of the exercises we're trying to do in the Grand Challenge is try to overcome some of the abilities that the pancreas has developed to prevent our own lymphocytes from actually preventing the cancer from growing. In order for our lymphocytes, we can call them killer T cells, to actually kill a tumor cell, they must come into contact. So the lymphocyte must find the tumor cell and actually physically touch it, and this will send off signals into the killer T cell that will result in the death of the tumor cell. So one of the things that the pancreas has done is that it produces enormous amounts of a molecule called TGF-beta, which completely changes the microenvironment around it. The first thing it does is it changes some of the cells in the pancreas called stellate cells to produce enormous amounts of collagen. And this collagen is laid down in big, thick fibers, such that about 80 to 90% of a pancreas tumor could be a mixture of the collagen plus the host cells, and only 10 or 20% of the tumor is actually cancerous cells. So the killer T cells have to go through this enormous morass of thick collagen fibers and may actually find it difficult to get through. They're so dense.
So they've actually shielded themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. The other thing, and is just as important, may even be more important than that, is that the TGF-beta is changing the immune cells that we sent there to fight it into cells that stop the immune system from working. So the TGF-beta switches these from helpers to hinderers, and it makes a very powerful immunosuppressive environment, so that when the killer T cells arrive at the site, they find lots of their former friends actually saying, no, you can't work. And it switches them off, and they can't actually mediate their functions. Because we are gradually getting to understand the biology of the pancreas cancer, we now know this is our battle. So now we're developing our own tools to try and overcome those. So I mentioned this molecule TGF-beta. In the first part of our Grand Challenge program, we gather together a series of different compounds and drugs that have been published, which were seen to actually try and stop TGF-beta from working locally. We made some progress, but it wasn't, let's be frank, terribly impressive, because any effects we saw were too small to say these are important. This is the thing. So we did make progress, but it just wasn't big enough to impress. So now what we're doing is we're taking a direct approach, and we have now got antibodies that will stop TGF-beta working.